Hello everyone, and welcome to our Reading Radio Room. I am your host, Andy Green, and today we have a special guest with us in this studio. Miss Laura, our librarian. She is the one who always finds the best new children's books for us to read and to learn from. Hi Laura.
Hi Andy. Hello our Reading Radio Roomies. I am so happy to be back in this studio again with everyone, and I do have an absolutely amazing new children's story to share with you today.
I see that you also brought a music track today.
Yes, and there is a reason for that. I think it will be a fun introduction to the book I would like us to read.
All right then. For the next 2 minutes, our radio room will become the dancing and singing room too.
In Spotland where the pups all play so free, each dot a story, every tale full of glee. Kind hearts abound, the spirits never low, under the rule of a queen that we all know.
Fair Queen of Spotland with wisdom in her eyes, guiding the pups beneath the sunlit skies, spreading joy with every bark and smile, a kingdom blessed with love and style.
Spotland's a place where dreams are true, Dalmatian love in all they do, happy tales and laughing eyes, under our queen the spirits rise. From morning's light till evening's starry glow, paws dance around while gentle breezes blow.
Harmony reigns in fields so lush and green, led by the wisdom of our noble queen. Oh, Spotland where the laughter never ends, where every dot it seems to blend. Together we stand side by side, Spotland's a place where dreams are true, Dalmatian love in all they do, happy tales and laughing eyes, under our queen the spirits rise.
So Laura, is the book you chose for us today about the Queen of Spotland?
Yes, this new children's story is called exactly that, The Queen of Spotland. It was published last December and immediately became a bestseller. And let me tell you, Andy, after reading it, I am absolutely in love with this book. It is definitely one of the best stories I have read. And guess who wrote it?
I see it has 3 authors?
Correct. And 2 of the authors are twin brother and sister who came up with the story when they were just 10 years old.
Well, I say, who knows better than kids what they enjoy reading about, right?
You got it. And these twins, Anna and Ian Burnett, not only knew what they wanted to write about, they really covered so many topics in this story. From being a responsible pet owner and how important it is to be a good friend, what happens when some of us choose to bend the rules or not be completely honest, or how we should not sacrifice our traditions when implementing innovations, and even how we can sometimes misuse technology.
These are some deep themes indeed, for 10-year-olds to ponder.
I agree. And they did it masterfully. Of course, they did have some help from their co-author, Petryk, who is a Ukrainian-American writer and an educator. She helped them also with introducing themes of Ukrainian culture and choices we make when choosing the best ways for our children to learn. What should a great school be like? What do you appreciate in your parents and teachers? And even questions like, why do some families choose to homeschool?
Wow, it sounds like The Queen of Spotland is a great read. with all the topics you mentioned, what ages is it for?
It is a chapter book for ages 6 through 12. It has 12 chapters in it, total 120 pages. Honestly, though, it is really the book that both children and their parents or grandparents will enjoy together. And this is another important theme in the story. The author's goal was to focus on family values and bringing families closer.
And which chapter are we going to listen to today?
Today we will listen to the very beginning of the story. You can find the 4 first chapters on the book's website, thequeenofspotland.com, in the reading sample section. And if you fall in love with the story too, you can also find it on Amazon, Kindle, Barnes & Noble, or your local bookstore. Are you ready?
Yes, we are!
The Queen of Spotland by Hannah T. Petryk and Anna and Ian Burnett. Introduction. A very special gift.
It was the 3rd month of quarantine at school, and it had been raining cats and dogs outside for the 3rd day in a row. Sophia and Janko had to stay inside again. They had finished their homework and had played all their board games by now. All their favorite stories had been read and reread. Sophia's plush toys looked bored and sleepy around the small table. The tea party was over. All Lego sets had been put together, and Janko was fixing the last piece on his model of the London Eye's wheel. On top of that, they were grounded. No TV, no video games, and no phones were allowed for 2 more days. All because last week, Sophia and Janko were caught playing online when they were supposed to be working on a science fair project. Breaking rules and cheating always has its consequences, and now it felt like the weather was punishing them too. I wish it could rain cats and dogs for real, sighed Sophia as she pressed her nose against the cold glass of the window. Janko joined his sister. They looked at the muddy puddles in the front yard. Or at least for once, just for a minute, I wish it could rain dogs. Only dogs. I would pick the cutest puppy of them all. Janko nodded. Actually, a little pup parachuting down and landing on our balcony would be really nice. They both giggled. On another side, what would we do with so many puppies? That's easy. We would keep the cutest one, then find good homes for all of them. Everyone wants a pup, Sophia confidently declared as she turned away from the window. Her brother decided it would be easier to not question this course of action. After all, such a situation would never happen in real life, so there was no need to argue against Sophia's imagination. Meanwhile, Janko noticed that an unexpected visitor had arrived at their driveway. Hey, look, a taxi has just brought someone. I can't see who it is because of the huge umbrella. Wait, it looks like... The twins rushed downstairs to the cheerful chimes of the doorbell. A moment later, Mom opened the front door and Grandma entered the house. Surprise! Babuzia, we thought you were flying in next week, exclaimed the twins in joy as they ran to hug her. Mom helped Grandma to take her raincoat off and rolled in the suitcase. Mamo, why didn't you call? I could have picked you up at the airport. Well, there would be no surprise then, would there? Grandma smiled as the kids were already leading her, both holding her left hand at the same time to their room. Let me show you my latest Lego model. I want you to see my new tea set, Babuzia. It's so lovely. Grandma was holding something in her right hand behind her back, the tiny mischievous wrinkles around her eyes smiling as she spoke with an exaggerated seriousness in her soft Ukrainian accent. Did I hear someone dreaming about getting a dog again? How do you know, Babuzia? Awestruck Sophia wondered if Grandma could read her mind. Aren't you my grandkids? Didn't you ask Santa for a puppy last Christmas? Wishes like this one do not just melt away like snow in spring, do they? Not in this family, Babuzia, Yanko concurred. That's right, not in this family, Grandma agreed in response. She brought forward a large package that was neatly wrapped in white paper with black polka dots and handed it to the kids. I really wanted to give this to you 2 months ago for your birthday. I fully realize that turning 10 years old is a particularly important milestone and deserves a special podahronok. Podahronok, repeated Yanko. Gift, clarified Sophia proudly, nodding in approval. Grandma continued, but the present wasn't quite ready yet. And with this type of a very special gift, one cannot rush. It takes some patience to make it right. Ah, it is a unique podarunok indeed, and I am so glad to admit that my grandkids have earned it. Her face was glowing with a mix of excitement and love. What is it, Babusia? Sophia examined the box carefully. Is it a new Lego set? A special edition? Yanko tried to figure out why there was a gold seal with a symbol of a crown on the package. I hope it's not a video game. I forgot to mention, they are still grounded. Mom came in with a fruit tray, set it on the table, and rushed back to the kitchen. Grounded? Grandma raised her eyebrows and continued with an exaggeratedly serious tone. Well then, it's a good thing it has nothing to do with any phones, gadgets, or computers. Go ahead, let's open it. Grandma smiled again and handed the package to Yanko. He carefully peeled the wrapping paper off. It's a book, Sophia exclaimed. A really nice one. Is it about a dog? The Queen of Spotland, Yanko read quickly. Spotland? Is there such a kingdom? Was there one in Ukraine centuries ago? Can we look it up online? Grandma slowly sat down on the sofa, leaned back and looked at the clock. So many questions. I seriously doubt you will find good answers to them on the internet. There are quite a few beautiful old castles in Ukraine, but no, there was no Spotland there. I do think this story is about a dog, however, and not just about 1 or 2 pups. Is it 3 o'clock already? Perfect chas for a nice new story. Let's take turns reading? Chas means time, inquired Sophia. Chas means time, and time means chas, smiled Grandma in response. She often used Ukrainian words in her sentences. It was a game she played with the kids, encouraging them to guess the meanings of the words she wanted them to learn. Well, I still have more work to do. We will celebrate Grandma's arrival when Dad is home from work. Meanwhile, snacks anyone? Mom returned with a tray of tea and cookies, and the kids helped her set it on the small table. Sophia, Yanko, have fun, but do let Babusia rest after her long flight. I put your suitcase in the guest suite, Mom. Kids, remember, no computers, TV, or video games, please. Bye. Love you all. No computers, TV, or video games. Yes, ma'am. We love you too. Sophia and Yanko hugged Mom, then ran back to the couch and cozied up next to their Babusia. We will be fine here, waved Grandma. Who needs those computer games when we have a new book to read? It's the perfect chas for a nice new story. Yanko announced as formally as he could, and his sister smiled. Story time with Babusia was always the best. Raindrops were still tapping on the window pane. Yet when Grandma opened the book, everything in the room lit up, as if for a second, sunshine magically found its way through the dark clouds. Sophia sighed in awe, glimpsing at her brother and Grandma. She saw that both of them were equally amazed by the mysterious glow coming from the title page. Then, holding her breath, she whispered the first sentence, as if being careful to not spook the enchanted moment away. Once upon a time, there lived the Queen of Spotland.
So, what do you think, Andy?
This was a fantastic introductory chapter, Laura. And you know what? I now want to read more, to see what happens in this story within the story.
Absolutely. And you are correct. This book is written in this story within the story format. And did you catch how the first theme about us using and sometimes misusing technology was introduced here?
Let's see. Well, it looks like Sophia and Yanko use computers and internet for school. Yet, they also misuse this technology because instead of doing research for their science fair project, they got caught playing games online. I must confess, that happened to me too when I was a kid. It really takes discipline and willpower to avoid such situations. Don't you agree?
It does. And sometimes when you get carried away like this, playing computer games instead of doing your homework, it can set you back, especially when your project is due soon and you are running out of time.
I think it would be a good idea for our reading radio roomies to talk about it more with their friends and family too. Did you notice how Sophia and Yanko enjoy spending time with their grandma?
Isn't she wonderful? It looks like they have a great relationship indeed.
Laura, I think we should read one more chapter from the Queen of Spotland. Since this is a story within the story, we owe one more chapter to our reading radio roomies, please.
I agree with you. Since we are almost out of time now, let's read it in our next show, okay? And if our friends would prefer to continue reading this story before that, they can find more chapters on thequeenofspotland.com. There are also study notes on this website, which will help you discuss the topics in the book too.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing this story with us, Laura. I can hardly wait to listen to the next chapter of The Queen of Spotland. Keep reading, keep dreaming, and thank you, everyone, for spending your time with us at the Reading Radio Room again. Have a blessed day.
Have a wonderful day, everybody.